Welcome back. I have here another top 10 video for you. This one is called another top 10 guys on the res who will try to snag you and quite possibly succeed. Okay, this one, we all know this guy. He's the guy who at the 49 or the house party is always trying to spit rhymes or always trying to start a freestyle battle. Sadly, none of his rhymes are any good. His fashion sense usually consists of a pair of J's or shell tops he's had since he dropped out of high school about 7-8 years ago. He doesn't have really many recordings of him. It's either him spitting a well-known 90s rap verse or his own stuff. Again, his stuff isn't very good. But those couple few recordings he does have of him spitting his own rhymes, and they have nothing to do with res life nor being indigenous. It's always about life in LA or the hood. Two places to which he has never been because he has never left the res. Oh shit! Okay, we got a tie for 10th place. Okay, much like the rapper, this guy tries to make a beat out of anything. He claims he draws inspiration from A Tribe Called Red, Timbaland, Dr. Dre, and that's about it because he doesn't know too many well-known producers. His beats aren't very good. His equipment for his quote-unquote studio usually consists of an old iPhone, a MacBook that he stole from some house party, and that's about 5 years old, and the bathroom basement at his grandma's house. Okay, this guy may have been or may have played with the high school varsity all-star back in the day. He may have even played ball at the college level, either due to scholarship or some really hard work. Oddly enough, though, there is no photographical evidence of him either playing ball in college or in high school. He has limited knowledge of the sport he is currently coaching, and the coaching job he does have, you would not expect him to be the coach of that sport. Here is a guy who is the epitome of hard work. He looks forward to every single weekend when it's rodeo season. His fashion sense consists of him sporting his dad's or his uncle's or his grandpa's championship buckle. He has the stereotypical cowboy getup, from the boots to the hat and everything in between. He's working on getting his own buckle. He placed in the top 10 in local events and has even qualified for INFR a handful of times. We all know this guy. He is the guy who comes off very militant, although he has never served in the military due to having diabetes. His hair is either flowing free in the wind or he's braided up and his braids are wrapped. But he always has an eagle feather tied in his hair somewhere. His fashion sense usually consists of the AIM days of old, meaning he's probably rocking a pair of faded blue jeans, a vest, most likely leather, black or white t-shirts, and a hat of some kind. most likely cowboy hat. When he talks, he has a real thick accent. And while he's talking, he mentions creator probably about every other sentence. Then when he prays, oh Allah, he'll pray over everything for what feels like forever. He also became a drunk just so he could get clean and sober and talk about his drinking days. Oh, and when it comes to the white women, oh Allah, believe it or not, he comes off even more overly indigenous. He's like the epitome of the mystical Indian man. And chances are good that he has either snagged a white woman or he currently has one. Okay, I just want to make something clear. This guy wasn't necessarily in the same grade as your dad. He probably just attended the same school that your dad was in when he was in high school, okay? But it's even worse if this guy graduated 3 years before your dad did. Okay, this guy, he doesn't really care if he has a job or not. But if he's either part-time or on call, whatever money he makes most likely goes to his hunting equipment and gear. If he happens to be full-time, every year he'll either cash out his accrued leave and put that towards his hunting equipment and gear, or he'll take however many days he saved as vacation time to go hunting. His fashion sense will most likely consist of old flannel this and flannel that and camo, preferably that real tree stuff. His cologne of choice is Old Game Blood and Fire Smoke. He has watched one too many YouTube videos on UFC, Pride, K1, Bellator, various street fights, okay? And he may have even won a few bar brawls and fights at the 49. He doesn't really train his body. He most likely just works on his grappling and submissions. And he looks for that one-punch knockout when he's on the amateur card at the casino's cage fights. He talks a big game about people he can take on in the cage, as well as joining the UFC. And he's hoping he gets chosen to appear on The Ultimate Fighter. But for him to do that, he has to turn pro, which he will not do. But every year he claims that he'll turn pro. Upon first impression, you notice his turntables are secondhand and his MacBook is about 5 years old. But he has a steady gig at the bars and clubs in town. He has aspirations to headline Coachella and Vegas someday. Occasionally, he'll accept the offer to collaborate with a reservation rapper and producer, only to back out after weeks of unproductivity. And he'll notice that his MacBook is gone after he throws a house party. Or on the other side of the state. He snagged you up when you were visiting his tribe's powwow back in the day. He's not a dancer, he's not a drummer, he's not a stick game player, nor is he a baller. You just thought he looked really cute. But 4 years and 3 kids later, you two broke up and he's still on your res. That's because the tribe took clemency upon him and helped him get a house on or just off the res. Because he's such a good guy and he practically runs the department that he works in. Even though you've done all you can to get him fired or kicked off the res. And the #1 guy on the res who will try to snag you. and quite possibly succeed is in reality, he really wanted to snag you, but you were too shy. So your sister stepped up and got to him first. But 4 years and 3 kids later, they finally broke up. And he only stuck around to be near you and his kids. But you are still hesitant only because he is the father to your nieces and nephew. It took a blowout between him and your sister over her skipping a weekend he should have had with the kids for you to go to console him. And console him you did. Because a month later, you found out that you're prego with his kid. Well, there you have it. Another top 10 guys on the res who will try to snag you. And quite possibly succeed. Good luck.